Roland Willits, OMS Stories. And I'm here with Buford Parker. Did I pronounce P-A-R-K-E-R?
That's correct.
And where are you from?
Russellville, Alabama.
Where's that?
That is 15 miles south of Muscle Shoals, Alabama.
Oh, okay.
We call it the Music City of Alabama.
It's a music, okay. And which border is it close to?
It's about 35 miles probably from Tennessee border and about 30 miles from Mississippi border.
Oh, okay.
It's in the corner, northwest corner of Alabama.
Okay. And you've lived there most of your life, you tell me?
All of my life. I was born there and still live there.
You didn't travel? You didn't go out and explore for a little while?
Well, I've been away. I did live in another county at one time, but that was still real close to the city.
Right.
One far from there. Except when I was in some military training, I was away.
There you go. Yeah. So you were in the reserves?
National Guard.
National Guard.
I had quit school for a couple of years or so and started back to high school, which is not, that don't happen to me many times, but it happened with me. And I realized I needed to get my school education. So I went back to school, started back, and I got halfway through the 11th grade. And because of my age, they drafted me out of high school into the military. Then they gave me a choice to join the National Guard or go in the regular service. So I chose to join the National Guard.
National Guard. Oh, okay. Well, that's a cool decision. So,
well, I did that so I could continue in school, but it didn't work anyway. After about February of that year, I had to leave from a training. So when I got out of my training, I went to Fort Polk, Louisiana. Then I went to Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and when I returned, I went and took my GED test. Got my diploma.
Oh, that was an easy one. Yeah. So then you started writing journals, right? No, I'm just joking. I know there was a lot of time in between before you wrote those.
I worked for a newspaper company and a printing company for 9 years.
Oh, okay.
And I was a press operator. I ran a newspaper press. I was familiar with publications. So after they sold out and to another company, then I lost my job. They went back. They did away with the printing department, and I was in that department, so I lost my job. Several of us. So I went in business for myself and printing. Stayed in that to about 19. I started that in 1980 and sold that part in I think it's 1998. And I had started my magazine publication, historical magazine. So I sold that and continued with my magazine. That's what I still do.
Oh, so you were a publisher for a long time. Were you the local newspaper for the area, or did you just...
I just ran the press for it.
You just ran the press.
That's it.
And when did you start doing that?
The magazine, it was, my first publication was, I believe it was April 1991 when it came out with the first issue.
And the name was The Source? Was it always The Source?
Yes, always been The Source. I first started it, just called it The Source. And there was some confusion with people. They thought it was a religious book. And I had made a trip to Idaho. I'd go out there all the time to visit relatives, and I'd seen a lot of history out there. As a matter of fact, I was on the airplane coming back, and I was meditating on, and I chose to change it to strictly historical magazine, so I named it Historical. So people know what kind of magazine.
Okay, so it's now not The Source anymore.
It's just the Source, Historical and Adventure.
Oh, that's what it's called. Okay.
I used to do a lot of cave adventures, so I quit that. I got tired of that. So,
well, that gets really deep and tight.
So I still
and dangerous.
I still call it adventure, but I guess some of the stories I do is adventures, historical stories.
Well, I was looking in it, and you have some great stories, and you sort of travel all over our country and picked up stories.
I enjoy it. I don't have any desire to leave the United States. I don't. I got all I'll ever get to see in the United States without going somewhere. So
By the way, I'm right with you. Although I have traveled all over the world, I have my RV, and God gave me a black magic carpet, and all He said was you have to share it with others. So I travel on the roads of America.
that's what I enjoy doing. I've been out. I went to Old Mexico one time with a church. They was doing a mission trip. They asked me to go with them to make pictures for them and do a story. So I did. That was down in Brownsville, Texas.
Area,
Dead
yeah.
end. I went over that, did that story. That's the only time I've been out of the United States, and it would be interesting, I guess. Sometimes, I guess if I went to anywhere, I'd like to go to the Philippines, see the monuments and the graves of the World War II POWs that died there. But other than that, I don't have no desire to leave the U.S. There's more in the United States.
You're not going to see it all. I can pretty much guarantee you that. I see something brand new every day in this beautiful country.
Yeah, I've been to a lot of places, but a lot of places I haven't been, so I'm still working at it.
Yes. And right now we're in where? We're in Mountain View, right?
Right.
And what did you see yesterday that you're going to publish?
I normally focus on my area for historical stories, but sometimes I like to do stories out of my town. Matter of fact, people likes to see who I've been. They look forward to see who I've been. So I'm gonna do a story on the Bean Fest.
I think that would be just great. And you gonna do it on the race?
I didn't get over to the race. I meant to, and I forgot it.
Okay.
I probably mentioned it, but I didn't get to the race.
Well, Terry on the video yesterday for Hobby, she was very proud that we rode back in the bus with the winner of the outhouse race.
Okay.
And it was a group of ladies, and they had this big wooden toilet that was carved out of wood. And she said it looked like it was like a candy. You could use like a candy bowl, maybe. It was a big one. It was a little, and I told her, just put chocolates in there.
Me and Odell, we was up there playing music, so I just forgot it.
So you two were
involved.
You were involved. Okay. Now tell us about the music here. You two were actually in one of the groups singing music around the courthouse.
Yes, we've been doing that. I met him. I forgot what it was, 8 years ago or 9 years ago. So I've been coming up 2 or 3 times a year, every year, and we always jam together. We play music together when I come up.
That is absolutely wonderful.
Matter of fact, he's the only one I've ever, except people join in with us, we'll play with him. We've always stuck together on the music. He seems like he looks forward to me coming up to play with him, so we have. And I've had him down where I am.
Oh, did you?
I've had him down there. Few shows and on TV, so I always enjoy him. He's a great guy to be around.
He is fun. Yeah, I really love Odell, and we will have to do some entertaining and think about how we want to do it when we do it. When we have you two interviewing and then singing songs, and I'll mention that when we get done here. But I think that I'd like to see you two duet here. Can you do that? Alive, right here.
We can do it. I think I can twist his arm enough to do that.
Yeah, I've got a guitar there that he can use.
Yeah, well, he'll have to use his guitar. He's got a special way to play the guitar.
Do you have his guitar here?
Yes.
Oh, then okay.
Yeah, I got mine and his too.
Wonderful.
We don't do much duets together. I just play with him.
Yeah,
he does his singing, and I just play with him.
Okay, well, we can do whatever you want. And maybe we can, it'll only be around the world. Don't worry about it.
Oh, we don't care who sees it.
That's right.
We're not shy. I've got some good songs of his that I've recorded back first of the year. They was recorded in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Been a lot of hit records come out of Muscle Shoals, Alabama.
Oh, wow.
And it was recorded by professionals there, and I had professionals. All the musicians are professionals. All of them on the CD. And they're professionally recorded. Matter of fact, yesterday I let a fella listen to one of them. He couldn't believe it. I try to give it that sound that Odell gives it, and I can't sing like Odell, but he thought it was Odell singing the song. When I told him it was me, he couldn't believe it.
Wow.
So that's how much I had it in his style. So,
well, you love him, so you know
yeah,
it's easy. Him. It's easy to feel like him, and it's a soul song.
But it came the 3 other songs. I've recorded several of them, but these 3 is the ones I'm trying to push. They're really good.
So this is Omen Stories, and we got a wonderful story from Buford Parker. Tell me the name of your town again.
Russellville, Alabama.
Russellville, Alabama. Thank you.
It was named after Major William Russell that fought with Andrew Jackson, New Orleans, and at the Horseshoe Bend War in Alabama. So that's well-known history in the history books. So that's where the name, matter of fact, he is buried there.